Alright, finally, goddammit. Now suddenly with half a second to spare. Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Gran Turismo 7. I've been discarding all the failed attempts for this full lab attack on Willow Springs. The streets of Willow Springs. That's like the second variation of the track. In the previous episode we did all the sectors and it took me in between episodes I think 30 retries or something, 20, 30, not that long, I think half an hour or so, 20 minutes. But it's quite a technical track and you don't have a lot of track side markers to reference yourself to. So it's really all about training, memorizing breaking points, etc. I will quickly run you through how I approached the goal time. So here we go. Alright, of course this is all full throttle. And then just before the how do you call it? The edge of the road where the side road ends. You briefly lift off. You go to from 100% throttle to 80% or something. So I have to check my cat. She's really old and in need of care, but I think she's good. Anyways, you go to 80% throttle and you coast a little bit through here, but even also maybe even applying back 100%. It's just only lift off the throttle to get the front weight to the front end to get some more steering grip, and then get through here quite quickly, 95, 100% throttle, and then just after the 100 meter sign, depending on how much speed you carry through the previous corner, but let's say you're going pretty quick, just slightly bleep off to 80% and then back slowly to 95, 100% through that corner. Then just after the 100 meter marker on the left hand side, you brake hard back to second. And yeah, I'm actually going not that wide. I wanted to say go wide, but this is pretty good. You can cut the curb quite a bit, and once you are really, your front wheels are past the curb, you can already start applying half throttle and then slowly increase it to full throttle. The car doesn't spin out that easily. It's actually not what you would expect from like a Ford Mustang, really tail happy rear wheel drive overpowered cars, but it's pretty controllable, this car. So you can quite earlier than you expect already floor the accelerator. So here it's oh, wrong button, such an idiot. Here you just floor the accelerator, and then over here this is a hard one. It has zero reference points, no brake markers or anything. So I look to approximately, I think, you see a couple of tufts of grass to the left. You see one really where the corner starts, then one in a little bit towards here, a little bit closer by. So yeah, approximately that over here is where you start braking hard back to second. This is just a little bit on feel, I would say. Sometimes you go a bit wide, sometimes you go a bit slower than expected, you brake too early. But yeah, it is just get back to second, coast into the left, and then really try to do a lot of steering input that you, as soon as possible, you get the car straightened up for the next corner, like over here. At this point you can already start applying the throttle, and over here it's full throttle. Over here, just before the cones to the left start, so approximately here, again brake slightly, back to second, and start steering into this quite technical section. It's right, left, and then right and left again. But so you go right, then you get to third, but as soon as you go to third, start coasting and maybe very briefly tap the brake to get again some weight to the front wheels and also to drop some speed off. try to hug this left curb, because you want to position yourself well for the next corner, which is the right-hander over here. So maybe a slight lift off over here, but over here you can apply full throttle. Back to further to fourth gear, and over here the corner does tighten up a bit, so you do have to coast and try to hug the inside part of the tarmac. So over here, this is where it really tightens up a bit. Just lift off and try to keep as much speed here without going wide to the right. Then over here, this corner actually I think starts very tight, but then opens up. So the best thing, how I find it, is to get all your speed off before the corner, so back to second over here, and then try to immediately take this tightest kink of the corner as sharp as possible. And once you do that, approximately over here, the corner starts opening up, so you also can start to apply the accelerator gradually, and also opening up the steering wheel. So over here, 2, 3, and then 4, and it is a little bit, you just have to practice it a couple of times. I went wide sometimes if you start apply the throttle too early. But this is a really, I think, quite critical part of the track, getting on the gas as soon as possible here, because there's quite a long straight afterwards. So the faster you are here, you carry all that speed over quite a long distance, so that's good for time. Over here to fifth, this is pretty much a blind crest, so to say, but yeah, hug a little bit the right side, and then it looks like all curvy, but it's basically a straight line you can get through here. But over here, after you, I wasn't even aware that I didn't do it that conscious, but approximately over here, so that is after the curbs to the left, like so here, this is the straight. This is the blind crest, and mostly after these curves to the left, start braking, not that much, but do really scrub some speed off, get some weight to the front of the car, because you do have to steer in over this corner. This is not flat out anymore, you will go off track. And then maybe slightly do the accelerator again, but immediately, like in the middle of that curve and where the corner to the left starts. So it is flat out, and then over here now start braking for that left-hander over there. Over here, and here slightly on the power, and briefly on the power, and between the start of the end of that left-hander, and you see that right-hander, that little kink in front. A little bit in the middle, really start braking quite hard, and also turn in a bit early. You can cut the corner a little bit, but get back to second, because this one is quite tight. It feels really a little bit messy over here. I don't think I even did it that well, but so you really have to scrub some speed off from fifth, then fourth, and then back to second for this corner. Over here, this is maybe a little bit coasting, but this is quite fast. And over here, you can also abuse these curbs quite a bit with cutting them a bit. But you do have to get back to second gear, I find. So here, try to keep the line as straight as possible. So ride the curbs with your left tires over here, and the curbs, there are not really curbs, but the apex over there with your right tires in the dirt, so to say, and always keep at least one wheel on the track, because I do think otherwise you will get disqualified for cutting the corner. So try to keep this as straight as possible. You already brake quite a bit, so there's quite some speed already shrugged off. Not sure whether you really need to apply much more braking afterwards over here, but probably you could, you have to coast. It's a really blind corner, it's just practice. I'm not even sure whether I'm taking the best line, but it seems pretty okay-ish coasting, and then over here you can start applying the accelerator up to start finish. Right, I will do one lap without commentary. And then one on the outside, which is always the nicest part of the replays I find in Gran Turismo, really an integral part of the single player experience, mesmerizing over the nice graphics and cars in the replays after you have accomplished a win. Right. Here we go. Sorry, 1 second. That was a really weird corner I did there. A weird steering input over here, gradually, and then suddenly super hard. One more time. It's really weird animation. Here it's gradually and then flick. But yeah, you do need to get car turned there as soon as possible. Right, and now outside. It's a really, I wouldn't call it a tame car, but very easily controllable, pretty nice. Could have taken that corner better, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Alright, a win is a win for me. Maybe not the absolute best lap, but good enough for me. Five-star roulette ticket, very nice. You earned all bronze and you earned all gold, very nice. And that leaves the Horse Thief Mile, also quite technical. A lot of similar curves, corners I would say. All on 180 degree ones in varying degrees of tightness. Yeah, we still have 10 minutes left in the episode, so let's just... no, let's first watch the track from the this menu, because the interface will disappear in 10 seconds or so. Then we can get a feel about the track. It's again indeed a totally separate track, it seems. Pretty unusual car to do this on such an American circuit. Italian Lancia Integral. Right, yes, quite technical. So left, right, straight, and a very long flowing one. And basically starts with that hairpin to the right, this one, on top of the corner. And then that's like a right-hander hairpin, and then you have this left-hander here, and then right, and then left, and then right. Guy in his suit near an old water tower. Alright, so hairpin, right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right. 3 rights, 2 lefts. Right, let's watch a little bit more of this. These shots, sometimes there are some unexpected ones in the mix, like not really track related, but trackside objects, which could be quite fun. Almost look like bales of, yeah, probably are bales of hay, and that's probably sand. Those orange pockets. Here, that corner, that first hairpin, has quite weird camber. That's probably a really technical, tricky corner. See like a course in the sand over there as well. Alright, I think we have seen enough. Yeah, these are sometimes nice vistas, I would say. That's the reason that I'm really taking the time to watch these shots, because there are really some nice ones included, like this one as well. This gives such a good feel of the track dimensions, the relative sharpness of corners vis-a-vis each other. It's just the height differences, like over here you really get a good feel of it. So I find it totally worthwhile to watch these menu sequences. Anyways, let's try to still in this episode do Sector 1. Oh wait, is this Sector 1? I assume so. Yes, Sector 1. So it is a very long sector actually. It's just a long straight, and then that hairpin at the top of the hill, right-hander, and then down the hill a left-hander. Alright, here we go. Right, we're driving a 4-wheel drive car. Oh. It's really totally different handling than the Ford Mustang before. Always also a little bit like the force feedback is not really working well. Wow, this was a really weird corner. Man, this car really doesn't turn that well. Alright, I didn't even make the cuts. I'm wondering whether my steering wheel is working as it should. Weird corner. Feels like super slow. Just like this one. Right. This is quite a sharp time, I guess. Christ, what a weird test this is. Nope. Man. I do think a secret to a good time is this corner over here. Taking this one as fast as possible. Jesus Christ, man. Because it's such a long corner. If you take it too slow, you really lose a lot of speed over a long distance. Man, I'm really bad at this one. I thought this would be the easiest one of the three, but it's actually looking to be quite a bit more challenging than I thought. I think that's a little bit of braking, slightly, to help balance the car could be useful. And I have to brake a little bit earlier over there. And also over there. Try to steer in earlier. Brake earlier, steer in earlier. Jesus Christ, man, this car really doesn't steer. crazy. Also a little bit hard to gauge what gear I'm in. Should have gone in a lower gear. Just in the previous step, or the one before that, near start finish, I was in too high a gear. God damn it, man. Right, would be nice if I can still do this one in this episode. Right, 30, god damn it. Not even hitting the silver time. I could have opened up the steering wheel and accelerator earlier. Still a full second off. No silver time yet. Pretty embarrassing. Something wrong, I guess, in this corner. What the hell? Pretty sure I clicked the downshift and it seemed to shift up. I must not forget, you can accelerate quite hard because this is a four-wheel drive car, but it does understeer quite a bit as well, weirdly. Alright guys, I will spare you further failed attempts. In the next episode I will continue. You will immediately see the successful run of this first sector, which I hope is the hardest sector, because I will just discard all my failed attempts. I hope you still enjoyed it somewhat. At least there was some progress with the Streets of Willow Springs full lap gold, so that is in the pocket. At least that's nice. Hope to see you in the next one. For the meantime, do not forget always to keep on gaming. Later.